Hi everyone. Today in this video I'm going to explain ninth class social studies. Lesson name is expansion of democracy. What is democracy? A system of government which laws, policies, leadership and major undertakings are directly or indirectly decided by the people is called democracy. So what is being discussed in the expansion of democracy? Let's get into this video or get into this lesson. Libya is a poor country in North Africa which had been colonized by Italy for a long time and became free after a long struggle in 1951. Libya is a poor country, underdeveloped country. They don't have a sufficient resources, sufficient goods, sufficient money, sufficient facilities. So that is why it was called a poor country, which is located in North Africa and has been colonized. Colonized means the state of occupying, the state of control. An act of controlling a particular area or territory is called colonized. Here is a particular area means Libya was controlled by an act of controlling particular area. Libya was controlled by this Italy, controlled and ruled by this Italy. So in 1951, after a long struggle by these Libyan people, so they fought for their independence. Finally, they got independence. It became Libya, became independent country in 1951. When Libya became independent, so after that, Italy has been transferred power to King Idris, and he started ruling with the help of a few rich and powerful families. So in 1951, Libya became an independent country. So Italy was transferred power to King Idris. King Idris became a king of this Libya and started ruling Libya with the help of a few rich and powerful families. The people mostly belonged to different tribes which depended upon the agriculture and animal rearing in the deserts. So in this Libya, most of the people or belongs to tribes. Tribes means a particular community, a particular group of people. So different types of tribes are living and they are dependent upon agriculture. The process of agriculture means the process of cultivating soil to grow crops. So animal rearing, and also these communities are dependent upon agriculture and animal rearing. Agriculture means the process of cultivating soil to grow crops. So animal rearing means to protect and rear, to protect and rear these domestic animals, which helps their for their livelihood. So mostly in the desert. Desert means often this oftenly covered with sand. It's called desert. These tribes were dominated by the families of tribal traditions, traditional tribal chiefs. So these different tribal communities was dominated by tribal chief. Tribal chief means tribal chief means tribal leader. Under his leadership, he was control over all kinds of tribal communities. So he became a chief. He is the leader. Chief means leader of the tribal community. In 1959, vast resources of petroleum were found in Libya and a lot of wealth poured into the country from the sale of petroleum oil. In 1959, so vast reserves, unusually huge extent petroleum reserves were recognized by in Libya. So they started selling petroleum and started earning huge wealth, and huge wealth were cornered by King Idris and few rich people. Cornered means forcibly to take over that wealth. The king and few powerful families cornered most of this new wealth. Around this time, so after observing all these happenings, so the people of Libya started a new wave, nationalism. That nationalism was sweeping in North Africa. The young people wanted to establish a modern state that was not subservient to the interests of colonial powers. which worked for the welfare of the people. So after observing all, after their experiences, they started in 1959, they were recognized to on vast varieties, unusually huge resources of petroleum resources. They started selling petroleum to other countries. They gained huge health, and these huge health was cornered king and rich, poor, powerful people. So after this observation, the forcefully took over that wealth. The people of Libya started new movement, that is nationalism movement. Nationalism sweeping and means identification of one's nation affecting people of a large relating to the present large. Nationalism means identification of one's own nation, and they wanted to start a modern state. The young people wanted to start a modern state, a state of in which poor power is centralized. Modern state means a state in which power is centralized is called modern state. They also wanted to reform their country. Here is a modern state that was not subservient to colonial of powers. Subservient means prepared to obey unquestioning. So just like a slave. Here is they are not want to be a subservient to the colonial powers, and they want to work for the welfare of the people, not for the colonial powers, not they don't support this subservient rule. So they started a nationalism movement for the welfare of the people. They also wanted to reform their country. So reform means change the country from this king rule to democracy rule. So end the oppression of women and constant warfare among tribes and establish unity and peace. Oppressed means cruelly exercise of authority. Cruel exercise of authority. Oppressions means, so here is constant warfare, continuous efforts to get something, which is something means here is independent. So equal rights, equal opportunities here in this Libya concerned among the tribes, and established unity and peace. Established for this cause, for getting equal opportunities, equal chances, equal share in all the wealth. So they became a unitedly the state unitedly became unitedly gathered, and for the peace. Unity and peace means state of being united for peace. So they also wanted to ensure that the new wealth from oil was distributed more equitably to all. Many people in Libya were also inspired by these ideas. So the young people wanted to distribute equitable proportion to all the people by considering all the people. So in a socialistic manner. In the year 1969, Muammar Gaddafi and a group of 70 young officers took over the control of the king of Libya. In 1969, Gaddafi and 70 young army officers who is being trained in the military forces. So the 70 officers led by Gaddafi took over powers from the king. So the